Okay. Well, we're getting the same result with each question. What is the name given to Jesus in Philippians 2:9 through 11 that is above every other name or every name?
Well, some people feel that it's the name of Yahweh. I don't think that it is. I think that it is the name Jesus, personally.
So the name Jesus is above every name,
I believe so, yes.
even Yahweh?
I believe that is how Yahweh has revealed himself, yes.
So, but
To
it would have
reject
to be above
Jesus-
it because it's above every name.
I believe so, yeah.
So Jesus is the highest name in the universe, even above the Tetragrammaton.
I believe that if we accept what this passage says, that to confess Jesus is to confess that he is Yahweh. So we are doing both, yes.
So essentially then the name Jesus is the equivalent of Yahweh.
Only in the sense that it's accepting the incarnation of Yahweh, that Yahweh has become Emmanuel, God with us.
So how could Jehovah be given the name that is above every name?
As I said in my opening statement, that assumes the fundamental error of what you called in a previous debate something that's bogus, and that is exactly what I talked about here from Philippians chapter 2, the fact that Jesus has two natures.
Is his human nature given the name above every name?
No, Jesus is one person that has two natures, and as a result of his obedience and his humiliation, verse 8, and then his obedience in also in verse 8, even death on a cross, then he is given that which he voluntarily had already given up to enter into human flesh.
So if the so did he still possess this name in some sense while he was on earth?
What do you mean, possess this name?
Well, if he was given it, he either had it or didn't have it prior to receiving it.
Well, obviously, when it says given the name in verse 9, this is in regards to, as you can see, the verb follows right after, highly exalted him. So the context has to be within the context of exaltation.
Right, that's my point. So if the name is the equivalent of Yahweh and it's given to the exalted nature of Christ, which would have to be his human nature,
Well,
how could that human nature be given the name above every name?
Where did you get exalted human nature? I just said he's
well,
one
what would
person.
be exalted if not his human nature?
He's one person. He's the God-man.
Yeah, I know. But you can't exalt God any higher than he already is.
But he's one person. You're trying to divide him up.
That's what
because
you're
he
doing.
has accomplished what the Father willed for him to do, then as the God-man, he is highly exalted. And so that the name of Jesus, every knee bows to the glory of God the Father. It is a joint fulfillment of Isaiah 45:23.
I'm sorry, what was it?
Last question.
Yes, 10 seconds.
That was the last question?
There's
No.
10 seconds.
10 seconds.
Oh, okay. I'll just go ahead and end it on that point because we wouldn't have time for a significant follow-up.
Thank you.